and sends them bonkers at the party hole.
The LIV Men's Professional Golf Tour teeing off in Westfield next year. We look at how much money it could drive into the economy. Plus, a name change coming for a historic Indiana venue. Details on how it fits hand in glove with the state fairgrounds and Hoosier agriculture.
I'll be back.
The Terminator making his mark in northern Indiana. Arnold's new partnership with a big player in the orthopedics capital of the world. And a look at some of the hottest pizza places worth the drive. Inside Indiana Business is next.
From Indiana's business news leader, this is IBJ Media's Inside Indiana Business with Gary Dick, presented by Elevate Ventures, Indiana University, and Liuna.
Hello and welcome to Inside Indiana Business. I'm Gary Dick, coming to you this week from Westfield in Hamilton County. For those of you looking in from around the state, we're about 30 minutes or so north of Indianapolis in the fastest growing city in the state of Indiana, Westfield. We are specifically at the Club at Chatham Hills, an 800-acre luxury residential and golf development. And in a matter of months, this will be the site of the latest addition to Indiana's growing sports calendar.
Phil on the tee at 4.
Some of golf's biggest names
Sawing off a little, probably.
and biggest hitters are headed to Indiana.
LIV is coming to Chatham Hills, and they will be hosting their prestigious individual championship here in our city.
LIV, the big money golf tour at war with the PGA, has selected Westfield's Chatham Hills as host for its 2025 individual championship next August.
This event will shine on an international spotlight on our city, and I believe it will forever change the way the world views Westfield.
He's having a very good day. Is it about to get even better? You bet it is!
From John Rahm to Brooks Koepka.
Brooks Koepka on the 13th. This is his third shot. The par 5.
Clipped that one nicely off the top. It should spin. Yep.
Dustin Johnson.
Breaking to the left at first, and at the end it's going to break from the right and be pretty quick. Brand new putter in the bag.
What a good putt.
Oh, wow.
To Bryson DeChambeau.
Number 7, the par 5 short side in the bunker, and it's perfect.
The LIV Tour will bring star power to Hamilton County and spending power as well. Early estimates suggest 25,000 visitors and nearly 4,000 room nights for the 3-day event.
Low estimates are around the 21 million mark, with higher projections reaching as much as $29 million. This kind of impact will ripple throughout our local economy, from the hotels, restaurants, and retailers that will see an increase in demand, to the jobs that will be created in preparation for the event itself.
For real estate developer Steve Hinkie, the man behind Chatham Hills and a growing list of luxury residential and golf developments, including Zionsville's Holiday Farms, bringing the LIV Tour to Indiana is special. Chatham is the final course that legendary designer Pete Dye got in the dirt and personally molded.
It truly is an honor from the very beginning, and working with Pete Dye in building this course. Pete designed it and built it, and I had a lot of experience with him with Bridgewater, build and design that, and then Holiday Farms, he designed it, but he was physically unable to build it there. But no, they looked all over the country. There are a lot of other cities all around the nation trying to get them, but they really approached us and came here and loved the course itself. They couldn't believe how great condition it was in, and the clubhouse and everything. So no, it's truly an honor to bring them here.
As for the event itself, Hinkie says fans should buckle up.
It's crazy exciting. You know, when you go to these events, again, they're all teeing off at the same time. There's a countdown for the first tee off. You know, it's 10, 9, 8, and the whole crowd's going wild. There's music on the holes. They have a hole that is similar to Waste Management in Vegas from the standpoint that everybody is at this hole. They call it the party hole.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Chase Koepka.
Yeah. Oh! There it is! There it is!
Music's blaring even while people are teeing off. You make the green on this par 3, everybody cheers. You don't, they boo you. So it's a crowd. It's really an entertainment venue for everybody.
Work is well underway on an estimated $2.5 million in course enhancements, from new bunkers to extending several holes to creating a fan village. all aimed at creating a global coming out party of sorts for Indiana's fastest growing city.
When you look at some of the events next year in Korea, Australia, Singapore, Great Britain, Spain, and Dallas, Chicago, Indianapolis, we're here.
So again, the dates for the LIV Tour here at Chatham Hills in Westfield, August 15th through the 17th. So what is the LIV Tour? Well, it launched in 2021, funded by the Public Investment Fund of Saudi Arabia. The name LIV comes from the Roman numeral for 54, which would be your score if you birdied every hole in a round. Unlike the PGA's 4-day format, LIV is a 3-day, 54-hole format, and there are no cuts in payouts for all players who compete. Well, when we return, I will be back in studio in Indianapolis with details on a major addition to a high-profile sports venue in Marion County. That story and much more when Inside Indiana Business returns. Well, the Beatles rocking it and making history at the Indiana State Fair Coliseum way back in 1964. Turning the page at that iconic venue, Indianapolis-based Corteva Agriscience, the only major ag tech company in the U.S. taking a top billing, so to speak, at the Indiana State Fairgrounds. Inside Indiana Business reporter Mary Rachel Redmond has more.
Well, Gary, the iconic Coliseum at the fairgrounds has had a number of names displayed atop its marquee through the years, from Pepsi to Indiana farmers. But Wednesday, a new chapter in the venue's history began, and along with it, a new name, the Corteva Coliseum.
This is the new iteration of this historic, iconic venue that really to this day is still kind of best in class in arena space in the city of Indianapolis.
Cindy Hoy, executive director of the Indiana State Fair Commission, tells me the partnership with Corteva perfectly aligns with the fairground's mission to educate Hoosiers about agriculture.
Corteva is this ag company that really takes a look at technology and innovation to help solve farming issues and farmers' issues globally. And so they're telling a passionate story about agriculture, which is aligned exactly what we do. Oh, we're going to sell you some things on a stick that are deep fried, but we're going to also teach you about where your food comes from. And what an amazing fit for a partner at the fairgrounds than having this beacon of Corteva on top of the Coliseum and on top of the words Indiana State Fair for all the community to see.
And a recent economic impact study done on the Indiana State Fairgrounds confirms the Marion County venue is a major cash cow.
We host over 400 events a year. We had over 330 million in direct and indirect impact, over 1,100 job equivalencies because of this institution. And we also contribute about 34 million into the tax base. So this is a thriving engine for this complex in the city of Indianapolis and the state of Indiana.
Corteva Coliseum, just the latest piece of a new forward-thinking Indiana State Fairgrounds. Back to Gary now in the studio with more headlines making news around the state. Gary?
Here's what's making news around Indiana. Brought to you by the Indiana Association of Realtors. Indiana's 21,000 realtors. The neighbors you know, the experts you can count on.
Well, Grand Park in Westfield, a destination for athletes kicking soccer balls, shooting hoops, and hitting home runs, is preparing for a new game just east of the sprawling campus. It's one that involves space exploration, math, and science. The $1.2 billion development called Grand Universe and would feature science, technology, and math-related installations involving rockets and outer space. The project also includes a hotel, housing, and an entertainment district.
This is just going to be another opportunity to put Westfield on the map and to get more people into our community, spending dollars in our restaurants and shops and our hotels.
It's amazing what happens with tenacity and finding the right people on your team and never giving up. You can accomplish anything, and I think that, that will be our legacy.
The Westfield City Council could approve Grand Universe as early as February. The project would include 2 phases of development. In Northwest Indiana, 2 cities have submitted separate plans for a new convention center Both Gary and Hobart's plans call for hundreds of millions of dollars in investment through public-private partnerships for this highly anticipated center. Lake County commissioners expected to decide on one of those plans before next June. A new $3.1 million outdoor venue is now open in the Davis County city of Washington. The Commons features a stage for concerts with lawn seating. There are also 2 pavilions. The Commons takes up nearly a full block in Washington's downtown.
There's so many organizations and nonprofits that are going to be able to use this for different things and so many different events during the year. So it's going to be a big plus for the city of Washington.
The Commons project has been more than 2 years in the making. Washington's first community event in the space scheduled for next month. And in Muncie, Ball State students and faculty got first dibs this weekend to grab a ticket to the hottest event in town. BSU alum David Letterman interviewing Indiana Fever star Caitlin Clark December 2nd. Tickets for the public will be made available starting Monday. Coming up next, Arnold Schwarzenegger takes on a new role with an Indiana company. We'll show you how one Indiana startup is moving ahead with a different approach to treating obesity.
That's why I'm excited to join Zimmer Biomet as a Chief Movement Officer.
One of the most recognizable faces on the planet, Arnold Schwarzenegger. He's taking on a new role with a big Indiana medical device company in Warsaw, the orthopedics capital of the world. And Kylie Valletta is here now with more. Kylie?
This is a fun one.
Yeah.
Business and Hollywood collide in northern Indiana. Movie star Arnold Schwarzenegger is now Chief Movement Officer for Zimmer Biomet, headquartered in Warsaw. The new position, created just for him, will help advance the company's mission to improve quality of life. Zimmer Biomet is one of the biggest orthopedic medical device companies in the world. The orthopedic giant says Schwarzenegger, who has had a hip replacement, is the perfect person to cast in this new role as people seek to lead healthier, more active lives as they age and keep moving pain-free.
See, I knew that combining my expertise in strength and in fitness and my passion for inspiring healthy living with this team would create something really powerful. Together, we would inspire people to build healthy habits, maintain mobility through movement, and take an active role in their wellness.
Now, we'll have much more on this latest role for Arnold Schwarzenegger next week, so I'll be back. While the new weight loss drugs may appear to be the cure for obesity, they don't work for everyone. And that's one reason why Adipo is working to advance its new drug. The startup just announced positive study results. And based at the Indiana Biosciences Research Institute, Adipo attacks obesity differently than the GLP-1 medicines currently on the market. Adipo's drug converts bad white fat into good, energy-burning brown fat, which increases metabolism to lose weight. And the most recent studies involved human fat cells and fat tissue tested in the lab. The next step is human clinical trials. And we want to tell you about a story we'll have coming up in 2 weeks. We'll take you inside Spectron RX, one of the companies in Indiana's growing nuclear medicine sector. The contract manufacturer has grown from just 6 employees 5 years ago to now 175. The company's CEO says Indiana's cluster of about 15 nuclear medicine companies is by far the largest concentration of any state. We'll explain why these cutting-edge drugs are revolutionizing cancer treatment, with Indiana leading the charge. Now, I have to tell you, that visit was fascinating. Yeah. So when most drugs come off the manufacturing line, the production line, it's like a pill or a liquid. You can see it. When these come off the manufacturing line, they're literally atoms. You can't even see them. So it's just a fascinating thing to learn about.
We look forward to that story. Back to the Adipo story, weight loss. They did a study right here in Indiana.
Yes. Now, this study was really interesting because Hoosiers played a huge role in it. About a dozen Hoosiers who were having bariatric surgery at St. Vincent agreed to donate some of the fat tissue that was being taken off their body so Adipo could test it. It was the first time they were able to test their drug in human tissue. So just kind of neat that patients here were willing to do that to advance science in that way.
A lot's going on in the business of health. Thanks as always, Kylie.
You're welcome.
All right.
Time now for our Eye on Education, brought to you by PNC Bank.
We begin with microelectronics research and development at Indiana University. IU has received a $4 million grant that will pay for specialized equipment that is expected to shorten the chip development process. The university working on research and development of a microchip that can withstand harsh environments, such as in space. IU is committed to investing at least $11 million in the microelectronics arena. Ivy Tech Community College also working in the technology space to prepare future employees in the semiconductor industry. Ivy Tech in Bloomington now offering a semiconductor certificate program. Since 2022, Indiana has attracted at least 8 semiconductor-related companies, all of which will need lots of skilled workers. The program will expand to Ivy Tech campuses in Lafayette and Fort Wayne next year. Representatives from NASA recently visited the University of Notre Dame to test its advanced noise control fan. Since 2016, there's been on-campus research addressing a variety of challenges, including understanding and controlling noise created by turbofan engines. The test will help researchers get baseline acoustic data for further development. Students from high school to the doctoral level have all been involved with that work. And the World Food Championships competition may have simmered down, but the journey continues for Cunningham Restaurant Group chef Colin Hilton, who was based in Indianapolis. He took first place in the noodle category. He's now heading to the final table competition in Arkansas. And he's not the only winner from the Hoosier State.
Please give it up for Julia.
2 Carmel High School students won the World Food Championships junior event. They were tasked with creating a dish with Indiana pork. Maddie Aroro and Julia Honey drew inspiration from Mexican pork to create their tacos that were paired with homemade sofrito. Well, sticking with the culinary theme, something for pizza lovers to sink their teeth into. Indiana pizza places worth the drive. We head across the state to check out what's hot and trending on the Hoosier pizza scene.
I want to show you what is tempeh.
Well, Southeast Indiana soybean farmers about to provide the key ingredient for tempeh, a traditional Indonesian food made from fermented soybeans. Owners of Mayasari Indonesian Grill in Greensburg opening a new facility to make fresh frozen tempeh and protein chips. The company looking to double its manufacturing space using locally produced soybeans from farmers in Dearborn County. Well, more now on the culinary side of business in Indiana. Even though it's turkey and dressing season, it's also time to take a bite out of Indiana's growing pizza scene. We get more from Yelp Senior Director of Community Engagement and Inside Indiana Business contributor, Brittany Smith.
Thanks, Gary. Yelp recently released the top 100 spots for pizza in the Midwest, and Indiana ranked in 8 of those spots. Today, we're highlighting 5 across the state that you can check out through the winter months. Kicking things off here at Futuro in East Downtown Indy, who secured the #2 spot of all top 100 in the Midwest. And they are known for their Detroit-style pizza, and especially the spotted pig pizza that's on the menu. It is topped with jalapenos, smoked bacon, crumbled goat cheese, hot honey, and whipped ricotta. You can't go wrong with this pizza. They also are known for their breadsticks with herbs and buttery garlic sauce. Folks also love in the Yelp reviews that you can order carry out seamlessly here. They've got a great outdoor patio space. Next up, we're heading south to Madison, Indiana, to Brittany's Brick, where the dough, sauce, and desserts are all made in-house. Get ready for this one. This is an interesting dish. The Schnabel Wobble Pizza is what the Yelp reviews recommend, which is a combination of shrimp, andouille sausage, bacon, and green onions, all for some southern flair on that particular pizza. But don't leave without ordering a slice of their New York cheesecake and a handcrafted beer from neighboring Noon Madison Brewery just up the road. Next, we're heading to Yakida Brewing in Elkhart. Don't let the name fool you. This spot is more than just a brewery. It's also home to some of the state's best pizza. It's a 21 and over establishment that stands out for some of their unique flavor pairings. The top trending pizza in their review includes a Landmore garlic topped with garlic oil, sun-dried tomatoes, artichoke hearts, and goat cheese. It all pairs beautifully with their beer flights for a fun tasting experience. Next, we're heading south to Evansville for Pangea Kitchen. They are known for their Neapolitan-style pizzas that can easily be made vegetarian or vegan. They also offer gluten-free crust for folks. They are known for their Cafona pizza, which is a Yelp favorite. It's topped with sausage, homemade mozzarella, sopressata. It's a really fun combination of flavors. And the meal is not complete without a serving of their house-made gelato. And last but not least, we're going to Carmel for Crafter's Pizza and Brewery. You're probably catching a trend here of great beer and pizza going hand in hand with this list. They are known for their hand-tossed crust, as well as pairing all of their pies with delicious pizza butter. Folks can't get enough of that in the reviews. They are a tavern-style pizza joint, so for all you thin crust lovers out there, this is a great spot for it. Folks also appreciate their daily specials and their extensive salad menu to pair with your pizza. All right, Gary, I gotta dig into this pizza. I'm gonna throw it back to you in the studio.
Lots of tasty options. Thanks very much, Brittany. That's all the time we have for Inside Indiana Business this week. We leave you where we started, at the club at Chatham Hills, where the Live Tour will be making a stop next summer. I'm Gary Dick. Go out and make it a successful week. Thank you for listening to the Inside Indiana Business Television podcast. Remember, you can get the latest business news from every corner of the state at InsideIndianaBusiness.com. I'm Gary Dick. Go out and make it a successful week.